and look around you. Arriving to this episode of my life as a living, breathing, singing, hip-swinging woman of unshakable faith has been no easy feat. Yet I'm here, stronger, wiser, and more powerful than I ever dreamed or imagined I'd be. You see, I spent years trying to escape the mental hell I was in. My first escape was a song. Growing up, I'm Daddy's little girl. I love when I'm with him, and he sings to me. My favorite song and most requested is called Scarlet Ribbons. When he and Mommy separate, I only get to see him on weekends. Friday quickly becomes the best day of the week for me. Mommy has remarried a white man named Bob Blair. It's the early 1960s, the civil rights movement is well underway. He lives with us in an all-black neighborhood. This is not an easy time for a white man and a black woman in an interracial marriage. Mommy works nights and Bob Blair works days. So when I get home from school, it's just Bob Blair, my younger siblings, alone with him. Monday through Thursday for years, Bob Blair touches me. I quickly touch an imaginary button in my head and turn on Scarlet Ribbons so I can focus on the song and tune out the odor of his alcohol-ridden breath, combined with the disgusting odor of sweaty body hair. I squeeze my eyes and thighs tightly shut while wishing my daddy would pick me up and rescue me at this time on this day with a handful of those beautiful scarlet ribbons he so often sang to me about. But reality reveals itself, and I feel my legs closing off the entrance to the place Bob Blair always prized them apart to reach. I try to hear Scarlet Ribbons again. I try to press the play button, but I can't hear it anymore. I can't hear it over his cruel words coming from a mouth filled with stinking hot breath saying, if you tell anyone, I'm gonna kill you, nigger. Then I'm gonna kill your mother and your father and make you an orphan. I'm very well acquainted with orphans because my mean grandmother is a foster parent from hell. And I see what she does to the children who come into her home. I'm not gonna lose my mommy and daddy just because I'm weak and unable to withstand these moments of discomfort. Moments that feel like eternity, Monday through Thursday after school. At least I know that on Friday, Daddy will rescue me. Years later, long after I'm out of the house and away from Bob Blair and his nasty ways, I still long to escape the mental torture I'm experiencing from the trauma I endured. I spent 21 years from 1978 to 1999 smoking crack. You can't run from reality for that long without some serious consequences. By the end, my wardrobe consists of somebody's stained trench coat, a Victoria's Secret teddy, some flip-flops, and a rag on my head, and I think I look damn good. Yeah. I do nasty things with nasty people. I say yes when I want to say no. My own mother closes the door to her home in my face during one of the coldest winter nights ever for fear if she lets me in, I will steal the heat. Eventually, I'm not Zoe anymore. I'm referred to as 99G0947, compliments of the Department of Corrections. During my mess, the only two people who love me unconditionally are my husband, Bill, and my best friend, Curetta. No matter my condition, how I look, how bad I smell, they're there for me. I get locked up for close to 3 years, but I won't let anyone come visit me. I just write letters because I know I'm still sick in many ways, and I have already put my loved ones through enough. On July 17, 2001, I returned to the world. And when I get out, the only thing I'm certain of is that I do not want to get high ever again in my life. But when I returned to the world, Bill is gone. While I was locked up, he had been sentenced to 10 years. There's no time to say goodbye, to engage in a long kiss, or to make love one last time. I immediately make a decision to do every day of Bill's sentence with him. You must understand that during our earth-shaking, tumultuous romance, he continues to be my biggest fan and my greatest source of support and inspiration. For example, after hearing the story of how I became sexually active at an insanely young age, having never learned that both parties were supposed to have pleasurable experience, Bill became empathetic towards my plight and taught me the importance of pleasuring myself. And more importantly, telling people what I want, how I want it, and how I feel. This life-changing advice is not just limited to sexual encounters, however, but in all areas of my life. Bill inspired me to express myself truthfully and to not become so preoccupied with other people's feelings that I forget about me. During the time Bill is in jail, my legal status prevents me from ever visiting him until the day he is released. Our communication is limited to phone calls and letters. He instructs me to focus on myself, and that is exactly what I do. I work full-time as well as attend school. I self-published my first book entitled Poetic Recovery, Life Don't Rhyme. I carve out a career for myself and commit myself to recreating a new me, for me. When he is released, I'm ready for him. I get my husband back, and soon I get offered a new job, complete with a decent salary, and of course, more responsibility. The job description says I will be responsible for providing 8 teenage mothers with empowerment tools that will help steer them towards self-sufficiency and independent living. It will require more information than I'm equipped with, and a how-to book will not suffice, not for this group. My area of expertise is that of substance abuse specialists, and this is when I become acquainted with a dynamic organization known as the Bottomless Closet. I take the workshops in personal enrichment, financial development, and professional development. And bam, my mind says, you can do this. During these workshops, I receive handouts that I copy and reuse while facilitating similar groups with my own clients. I incorporate resume writing, creating a budget, proper attire in the workplace, and etiquette. Each week, I take what I learn at the Bottomless Closet and teach it to others. I never run out of material, and as a result, I've made myself more relevant in my job position, and I have developed a strong desire to do more for the lives of young teenage mothers. I service from Monday through Fridays, sometimes longer, but living in a life right now that's full of adversity is a beautiful thing. Not only do I work doing what I love, I also have freedom. I can visit whom I wish. I can choose what I wish to wear. I have much more than a trench coat and a teddy to choose from. I read my mail first. I create my own menus, and I have keys to come and go as I please. Before I dragged my baggage, but now I don't even bother to pack. Bill and I have been together for now more than 38 years. And we often reflect on the lives we lived and survived. At the end of the day, before lying down for a good night's rest, we make sure to make each other laugh before turning out the lights. We praise God daily for his grace and mercy because there were many, 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 many close calls. I am no longer 99G0947. I am Zoe, and my name means life, and I am living it to the fullest. Thank you.